Okay, so we went ahead and calculated this entire table while the second video was just starting. So this table is now completed. We're good to go. You just got to look at the formula that says that the x bar, which is your mean of grouped data, is the sum of all the frequencies times the frequencies times the midpoint. So now we have to add all of those up, okay?
Okay.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and get you to add up all the frequencies times the m's for me right now.
All the frequencies times the m's like together?
That last column that we did, this one right here, okay?
Okay.
So that's what that weird E is. It means to do the sum
Okay.
of all frequencies times the m's. So you're adding all of these up here.
40 plus 26.
Don't make...
360.
How much?
360.
Are you sure?
8 plus 36 plus 150 plus 140 plus 150 plus 26. Yeah, I think. Yeah,
okay. Okay, so we have the sum of all our frequencies times the midpoints. If I go back to the data, it tells us to divide that by the sum of the frequencies. So the sum of the frequencies, you go to the frequencies. What number is that? The sum of your frequencies?
The sum of just the frequency?
Yep.
I'll add all the frequencies together. Is that what I'm doing?
Yep.
So 4, 13, 15?
Yep. 7 and 1.
15 plus 15 plus 17. 40.
Yeah, it should be 40 because that's all your data, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're just going to go back and write the formula. I'm going to write it on the side here. So it's 360 divided by?
Divided by 40.
Which is what? Oh my gosh. Oops.
9.
It is 9. So we have x bar equals 9. So that is the mean of the grouped data. Okay?
Okay.
So that formula, if it's in the review, you're going to need to know it.
Okay.
It's not provided to you. You need to know that. So now the median interval. So the median interval, let's just go back and take a look at what they're, back. Okay. So the mean for their example, that is not loading. Oh, there it is. Okay. The mean class interval, what are they asking for? They're asking for...
Mean interval.
I don't see it. Determine the mean interval. Okay, so the mean interval here is you need the mean first. So we just did the mean, which is 9. And in which interval do you see that happening?
The third one?
Yeah, so you say the mean interval is between 8 to 12.
Okay.
But you have to do all that work first.
Okay.
Okay, now for the median interval, we just have to take a look at what it is here. Okay, so median class interval, there's the modal, that one's easy. Is the median class interval, you have to take a look at this right here. You have to find the depth of the median.
Okay.
So you have to do n plus 1. N just represents the number of data. So how many data pieces do we have?
40.
So 40 plus 1?
41.
41 divided by 2?
21. 22. I don't know.
Just
20 something.
Use your calculator. Figure it out.
41 divided by 2 equals 20.5.
That's right. So see how they have 22.5?
Yeah.
What they want you to do is you go to, so the cumulative frequency, what is precision? Using group data, we can easily calculate cumulative frequencies. Okay, we did that already. The cumulative frequency for the class intervals, blah, blah, blah. Okay, they're not talking about... In order to determine the median class interval, we must determine the position of the median with respect to the extreme values in the data set. So we calculated the depth of the median to be 20.5, right?
Yep.
So I would say try to understand this example before you do our example. So 22.5 basically means that the median will be found in that position. So between the 22nd one and the 23rd in our example, in this example. Okay. So you need to understand what's going on first. So let's look at the cumulative frequency for 15 to 19. What is the cumulative frequency for 15 to 19?
37.
So that means that the largest value would be in the 37th position.
Okay.
If you were ordering your data from lowest to highest, though, it has to be ordered in order. Okay? Now, what about 20 to 24? What's the position?
40.
Yeah, it would be the last position, right? For the highest number. Your highest number would be in the last position, which makes sense. If you order numbers from lowest to highest, the last one is your highest number, right?
Yeah.
So if we're looking at a median of 22.5, which age does that happen? Like if it's the position of 22.5, which age does that happen? Between which ages does that happen, I should say?
8, 9, and 10?
There's no interval of 9 and 10.
Okay, so then I don't even.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think you're going to say it.
10 and 14?
Yeah, because 22 is not 22 and a half, right? So you can't use the interval of 5 to 9.
Okay.
So you have to use the next one because it's 0.5.
Okay.
So in this example, it would be from 10 to 14. Let's go look in our example. So our depth of the median was what?
20.5.
Okay, so 20.5 can be found where in your cumulative frequency?
8 to 12?
That's right. So you would just say between your median interval is between 8 to 12.
Okay.
Makes sense? So don't forget that you have to calculate the depth of the median for that question.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to kind of write that down there just so that everyone else can see it. Okay, so that's for question 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty
so
sure.
for question 5, we did the mean interval. So median interval, you must calculate what?
Mean interval is that's when you do 3, no.
You do the depth of the...
It's the answer's 20.5, right? That one?
Yeah. How did you do that?
You added all the frequencies together?
No. So it's the depth of the median?
Oh, no, it was the 8 plus, plus 1, 40 plus 1 divided by 2.
Divided by 2, yep. So 41 divided by 2 gave us what?
20.5.
Yeah, you can't forget this. You'll have to study this a bit more, okay?
Yeah.
And that happens between which interval?
The 8 and 12.
Good. So the median interval is from 8 to 12. Okay, now we need the modal interval. Well, the modal interval is the one that has the highest frequency. That's all. It's like the mode. So in which interval does it have the most data points? So 8 to 12. So the modal interval is also from 8 to 12. Now, can you remind me what the mean interval was?
Between 8 and 12 as well.
It was 8 to 12 as well?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't remember that.
The mean one? Yeah. Mean interval between 8 and 12. That's what I wrote.
Because the mean was 9, and you could find 9 between 8 and 12. Yeah, so just make sure you study that maybe a little bit more.
Okay.
Because it's not something that is kind of intuitive. It's a lot of memory for formulas, okay?
Okay.
So discuss the difference between the values for central tendency obtained for ungrouped versus grouped. So ungrouped is more specific because you're not talking about specifically between intervals, right? Well, from 8 to 12, that's pretty random. So it's just more specific when you're talking about ungrouped data.
Okay.
That's all that is. And then, which is a better measurement? Based on me saying that, which one do you think is the better measurement? The ungrouped or the grouped?
Ungrouped?
That's right. Because again, you're not giving intervals. You're giving a specific value.
Is ungrouped what did you say, a better way of measurement?
Say that again?
Ungrouped is a better, what did you say?
Ungrouped would be the better measurement.
Better measurement. Okay.
and it's in the question, which is a better measurement. So I'm basically just using the words in the problem.
Okay, I
So-
just want to write everything.
Yeah, that's okay. So ungrouped is the better measurement because it's more specific than grouped data.
Okay.
Group data, you're using intervals. It's not that bad, but it's still not as specific as ungrouped.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.